Well, we're staying with books. Now, every Wednesday here on the show, we'll be joined by our resident bookworms who will be reviewing a book of our choice. This week, it's glamour model Jordan, aka Katie Price, and her latest offering, Crystal. But before we hear their views, let's meet the bookworms.
Why I like books, I mean, at one end it's a livelihood, at the other end it's escape, and in between it's real and even profound.
My life as a book, I guess it would be an absurdist fiction, referencing characters from David Lodge, Rosso Carlo Kelly to Flann O'Brien.
The sentence that comes to mind is from Clive James, I think, and he said that life is short and there's a lot to read, and I think that that would sum up everything that, you know, I think about literature and books.
Even if you happen to be in a place that's got all this other stuff going around you, you get to stop, travel to another world, another time, or even just another mind, and enjoy the creativity of someone else for a little while.
Hello, bookworms. You're very welcome. Brendan, Jordan, Crystal is the name of the book. Were you familiar with her work before you?
I was familiar with her pictures on tabloids,
right,
and that's about the extent of it.
Were you surprised when you heard that she'd written a book?
I was wondering who wrote it with her.
Right. She does have a ghostwriter. It's her second, actually, non-fiction. She's also got 2 autobiographies. She's very well published.
Indeed, in this book, she plants an appearance of Angel, I guess was the main character for her first novel, into this one. So I guess maybe she can connect the books together for readers who are big fans already.
Can you give us a brief outline? What's it all about?
Oh, it's about a girl band that does an X Factor style show, and then it's all about the relationships. They succeed at it, partly because they have relationships with the guy who hosts it and the people who produce it. And then it follows them as they get all intertwined with the relationships and affairs and all this other stuff.
So it's a bit soapy, small bit.
Oh, I described it to a friend. This is a few hundred pages of soap opera.
All right. Margaret, what did you think?
Well, I think it does exactly what it says on the tin, basically. Right. It was no better than I think anyone would expect it to be. The plot was pretty predictable, you know, and I think pretty unimaginative, because I think, you know, as Brandon was talking about, she uses tropes that people are familiar with, you know, so we have like the X Factor format. Yeah. And I was kind of disappointed that she didn't do a little bit more with that, because she just takes it and, you know, instead of questioning it or playing with it, you know.
She's hugely successful. She's outsold, this book has outsold the combined Booker Prize list, all of those together, some of the best writers in the business. She's outsold them. Do you have any idea why?
Well, first of all, I think that this year's Booker list has a lot of first-time authors on it who wouldn't have been able to build up fan bases. So that's maybe a kind of caveat on that statistic. But the statistic speaks for itself as well. Right. And I think that, I don't know, people are buying the brand. You know, they're not buying Jordan's literary genius.
Like the perfume. Ian, you don't have the perfume yourself, do you?
I don't know.
What did you think of the book?
I really hated it. I found
tell us what
awful.
you really think.
I mean, the cover is not really targeting me, I don't think.
No, it's not, no.
Or maybe some people might think so, but you know, it's like that. It's like a candy floss. You know, it's sickly sweet, but ultimately unhealthy for you. Yeah. I just thought, you know, the prose was turgid. It was like teenagers on a bus that are watching far too much OC and Hollyoaks. Yeah. I mean, actually, the whole book was like being strapped down to watch marathons of Hollyoaks.
Kate.
Yes.
Speak up for Jordan here.
Well, yeah, well, I thought a bit like what you said, that in fact, you know, what you see is what you get. I mean, if you take the cover, if you take this narrative that's, you know, absolutely ricocheting forward, sometimes and backwards as well, because of the way it sort of repeats incidents of betrayal. And then this happy ending. So in a way, what you're promised is entertainment. And you get a form of entertainment.
It sounds like a good, thank you, it sounds like a good holiday read for some people. I want to get scores off it. I think it's out of 10, so if we quickly...
A hesitant 3.
A generous 3.
1.
Well, I gave it the 4 on the basis of what it was promised to be, which is promised entertainment.
Okay, it delivers.
There's a form of
right.
entertainment.
So it's 11 out of 40, which is not great for Jordan. I'm sure she's going to be disappointed as she sits on her piles of diamonds at home. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you all again next week, so maybe we'll have something a bit different the next time. Now, next week we will be discussing Sebastian Faulk's Engelby. So that's the book you're going to have a look at. Go on.